The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Nah.
Oh, cut it off.
Oh, Lord. We live. The fuck? Is going on?
I had my shirt off.
Somebody said Corey's built like Pam. Damn.
What a way to start the day.
He took his shirt off.
Oh,
He just looked like a brown V-dub, one of them old buggies.
They on?
Corey putting lotion on his chest.
Are we on?
Hell yeah,
What?
man.
What camera? How they see me anyway?
Yeah, that camera was pointed right at you.
Oh, they got that bullshit ass camera anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad my skin, though. I got this weight on me, but my skin's still tight. My homeboy took his shirt off. His shit hang like a towel and shit. I was like, God damn, boy, what the fuck, boy?
Oh, my Lord.
Got bigger titties than
Corey got,
Oh, boy.
Corey got on Zoes.
Shirt from a few weeks ago.
That was my impersonation of Candy Bar Brown when she came up in this motherfucker.
Damn. That linebacker. Oops.
So how'd it go in Richmond this weekend, man?
Hey, man, I had a ball in Richmond, Virginia. I saw my family and all that shit. It was all good. People came out to see me.
Family. I didn't know you had relatives in Virginia.
Exactly. I didn't know till I got down there. My people called me. I was like, you live down there now?
Oh.
He was like, yeah, we coming to the show, folks.
Put it on the guest list plus 15.
Yeah, it was the family was there. I had a ball.
Good.
Richmond. Thank you, Richmond.
Hey, I got a burning question for you, man, because you've been in the fame game a long time. And I ran across an article on the internet earlier this week about a fighter that I really like, man. I think he's going to be an incredible champion. He's already a champion by the name of Adrian Broner. They said he was down at his condo in Miami, and he had a camera running, and he went through a stack of money he had in his hand, and it was supposed to be in his 100 stack, right? And he came across a gang of 20s in his 100 stack, and he went into a fit of rage and said, I don't roll like that. I don't carry no 20s. And he tore the 20s up and flushed them down the toilet. And my question to you is, are you ever rich enough to justify throwing money down the toilet?
Well, Bobby, let me tell you something. It's a new age of guys out there. One night, I was fortunate enough to hang with Floyd Mayweather, and he had
AB with him?
Yeah, AB with him, Broner. Mm-hmm. Very respectable young man, cool dude. A lot of times people do stuff, it's called stunting. It actually helps you get money because people feel like, okay, I could spend money with this person because he ain't worried about that. Trust me, those guys are not dumb. They know what they're doing,
So
man.
throwing the money away is like investing.
And as crazy as that sounds,
In a toilet?
yes.
You're investing in a toilet?
Wow.
Yes. One thing people who've never had a whole bunch of money can't understand is something like that. But when you get a whole lot of money, you find ways to invest to make more money.
Well,
I'm not saying it's conventional at all, but what they do,
it's historic because I have never in my life seen anybody do anything like that, and then you fast forward 20 years and they still got money. Because Mike Tyson ran through $500 million.
Wow.
Okay, $500 million. Holyfield ran through $400 million. and both of them guys is looking for a lick right now.
Right.
So it may be New Jack, and it's going to be interesting to see if in 10 years he ain't looking for them 20 that he threw down that toilet hole.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. The fight game has changed. He's up under Mayweather, who is not, in my opinion, the type of person who really trips off money. Those guys are getting their fair share of the stake. Guys like Holyfield and Mike Tyson, trust me, they never got their fair share of the stake of money that they were supposed to get. So when you see that $400 million thing, trust me, between the government, agents, et cetera,
Robin Givens.
yeah, the money that they got was, I guarantee you, they didn't see that kind of money. Even though they got millions and millions of dollars, it's hard to hold on to money. It's very difficult to hold on to money when you are coming from the mentality that black, poor American men come from.
But you would also think that in the fight game there would be some respect for those who came before you and made some of the same mistakes. I mean, if we look at the Brown Bomber, he ended his career owing the IRS.
Worse than that, he was racing hard. No, he was wrestling bears and shit.
Right.
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis. Right. And then we keep going.
So do you think Joe Louis was not an intelligent man?
Financially, he was illiterate.
Yes, financially.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, man. This is what I really want people to understand. When you are in that position where you have that kind of money, every dollar you make, I guarantee you see about 35 cents off of it.
And that's still more money than most Negro families see collectively after working
when you
for
got
50
money,
years.
when you got money, you don't live the same way you live right now. When you got money, and you poor and you come across $10,000, I might even run that experiment one day when I get on my feet. I just give somebody poor $10,000 just to watch what happened. I know what's gonna happen.
Well, you know, it's interesting.
Nothing.
in philanthropy, you know, you look at, say, somebody like Bill Gates. Bill Gates' whole job right now through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is to give away billions of dollars. And if you look at the Rockefellers, you know, Rockefeller and Chase back in the day had a competition to see who could give away the most money. Philanthropy is the new way really, really wealthy people make more money by giving it away.
But they get tax breaks for that.
Exactly. But did this dude get a tax break for throwing out all them 20s?
No, he didn't.
All right then. So to me, that's dumb.
So let me just ask the question.
It might be dumb in your eyes, but trust me, man, when you got that money, and it's something that you can't really explain to people.
Right.
Your mentality is different. Not when you first get money either. Let's say you get $1 million and you're not used to having nothing.
Right.
You're going to be a lot more delicate than somebody who's used to having it. But as time go on and your lifestyle change, you don't worry about money no more because you feel like you're going to get it again. And all that living for tomorrow shit is out the door.
Right.
Well, let me ask you, Corey. Would you ever feel rich enough to just literally burn up or tear up money?
I don't know. I can't say what I won't do.
And how does that?
And Bobby, trust me, you can't say what you won't do. Because if you shitting out money, you should. All right.
Never in this lifetime or the next would I get to a position where I had that feeling about money because I done spent too much time without it.
Right. Trust me. But it don't take long.
Gonna get rich enough to feel that
you can't never say never.
No, I'm gonna say never about that because I know too many things that I done seen happen to people that I could help avoid if I'd have had some money.
You know what happens when you got money?
That's gonna come to mind before I burn up some
Uh-huh.
motherfucking money. I ain't never burning up no goddamn money.
Let me say this about money. You get your hands on some money.
I'm not burning it up.
And you start
Corey.
helping people. Let me tell you what happens when you start helping
with conditions,
people.
Though. Trust me, I done helped people before. And that's
When
why I
you
know if
help
I get some
people-
more money, it's coming with instructions.
When you help people-
and regulations. Shit. I ain't say I might well burn it up if I'm just gonna let a nigga have some
Trust
money.
me,
And
when
not
you
give him some
help people,
instructions.
Bobby, when you help people, people play you like a goddamn fool. And when you realize, damn, I'm helping motherfuckers, and these motherfuckers talking to me like I ain't shit, trying to trick me out of shit, you won't help motherfuckers no more.
No,
You won't
you'll be
even
more
give a fuck.
selective.
You'll help them conditionally, Corey. That's the next age of progression. We had a man on the station, on Zoe's show earlier today that's a living embodiment of that. He helps people, but he's selective, like you said.
You get more
about
selective, right.
He helps.
Who you talking about, Mr. Gar?
You damn
Yeah.
right.
You know you introduced me to Mr. Gar.
Yeah.
So I
You was
know
at his house.
I know
Yeah.
that people right up under him
Yeah.
and his family
Yeah.
fuck him over real good with that money.
But he
I know
still
a
got
man in
money.
Chicago who had a restaurant chain where he basically employed his family.
Wow.
And he say it was the worst investment he ever did. I know a guy from Chicago who was a DJ. He made it big as a DJ financially. So he put together this type of thing to help people learn how to sign contracts, learn how to deal with the business end of making it.
Right.
He said it was the worst investment he ever put out there. He said they don't want no help with contracts. They just want some sneakers.
So let me ask you this,
That
Corey.
becomes a precondition of help, though, Corey.
Yeah.
It becomes a precondition.
I don't understand what precondition is.
Precondition mean I'm not just handing you this goddamn money without some
guarantees.
Not just guarantees, some instruction. Look, first of all, what are you gonna do? All right, because if you just getting ready to take this money and show up tomorrow with a new Cadillac, I'm gonna keep this money and find somebody that's got a plan.
And then you're
Right.
gonna give it to a bitch, you're gonna show up with a new Cadillac.
No.
Bobby,
Hell no.
let me tell you something. People will tell you whatever they think you want to hear, but when they
It
get
ain't
their
that-
hands on that money,
nah.
they're gonna say, "Shut your motherfucking
They
hands
gonna
up
get
talking to
get
me."
this money like an IV drip. They not getting no nothing. They gonna get it like an IV drip. They
But
not
Corey,
gonna get to fuck this money up like that, man.
Which is the better example? This kid that's throwing 20s in the toilet? I know you say that's some
He did
type
it for TV, right?
Right. I know
what
you say
he
that's
doing.
some type of
He did it in front of a camera, right?
Yeah.
But which
my
is a
man.
better
But
example?
it's real money though. That was real motherfucking money that's gone for fucking ever.
But which is a better
And
example?
The history of the world says if you throw that kind of money away, man, that's some fucked up karma, man. I'm just telling you, man.
But
What
which-
are you saying, Zoe?
Which is the better example? This guy who's throwing the money away saying money doesn't matter, it comes to me, I get it, or someone like Bernard Hopkins, who lives a very frugal life and has made millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, and he has managed his money really, really well.
Yeah, he got a Costco card.
And you know what? More power to him, Hopkins. More power to him.
Which is the better example?
Well, it all depends on how you look at it. I put it to you like this, man. Individuality is the big word right here. There are people who do this and there are people who do that. But I don't think that you have the right to judge until you on that level. Because you ain't lived it. It's like talking about if you in jail, ain't nobody gonna fuck me in the ass. Shit, you go to jail, you a little bitty motherfucker with a little supple ass face. You riding dick.
Nah,
you riding dick.
I've been to jail, and look, I'd
Hey.
They didn't like you, Bobby. They didn't like you.
Well,
they didn't think you was
they
cute.
really wouldn't have liked me if they'd have tried to fuck me in my ass. I guarantee you that, man.
Hey, whoa.
There's some things, Corey, whether you believe
Where
it or
are
not.
we?
You'd have went to jail young. You'd have had to fight them
Man.
motherfuckers off.
And I would have done. I'd have been a biting motherfucker. Trust
I
me,
believe
man.
you. To
Trust
bit
me.
them. Some of them like
Trust me.
that. They'll be like, bite me. I'm just saying. Bobby, individuality plays a part into what we talking about. And I'm saying.
That's true.
When you are on that level where that money, you ain't worried about that money when you wake up in the morning. You could do stuff like that. Now, Bernard Hopkins, if he saves his money, man, that's more power to him, man. In fact, I do think that's intelligent. It's not for me to sit up here and act like that's not smarter than what.
But do you think it's reflective of two different generations? B-Hop is from an older generation, and then this young cat who's riding under the Money Mayweather, they got a different philosophy. Do you think it's a generational thing?
It is generational, but at the same time, it is still individuality. There are young people who wouldn't throw money away.
That's
Right.
But when I see him do that, does that make me think he's stupid? No, especially after I've had conversations with this young man. These guys know what they're doing.
Right.
But Money Mayweather, no matter what somebody want to say about this, that, and the other, is a very generous individual. And when I was around him, he was very respectable. Now, I've seen him on TV going off, but in my opinion, the brother got a short fuse for bullshit. If you don't come at him correct,
Right.
you will see that animalistic side of him.
Okay.
But if you come at him fair, you will see a generous person, because I saw what he did.
Right.
The night I hung with him. I couldn't believe it. I was like, see, he don't trip off the small shit. Where
So maybe
others-
that's the message. Maybe the message is, especially for people that we doing business with, you're going to have to come correct on this deal because we used to throwing money away. So imagine how much money you got to pay us in order to get our services. Maybe that's part of the deal.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't get half the money he's supposed to get because he's never lost. And if that was a Caucasian fighter who had never lost, he would be hailed as the greatest fighter in
Of all
boxing
time.
history.
Yes, of all time.
They come up with all kinds of reasons not to get that man his due credit.
Right.
But what he's done, he's the Michael Jordan of boxing.
It's true.
And they could try to take that away from the brother if they want to. So if he want to fuck off, if he want to shit on some money and flush it down the stool, I put it like this. I ain't mad at him. All I'm gonna do is try to be his plumber the next day.
Corey,
Get to the bottom of that shit.
in the chat room, they are really going in on my shirt with the hearts on it. They said my shirt came with a man. When I bought it, it came with a man, and then the other one said my shirt has feelings.
Rory got a pocket on his t-shirt for treats.
And then they said they said our brother Bobby got on a struggle suit.
You know what? I appreciate that.
You're going in on it.
Man.
What's going on?
I appreciate that because I am struggling.
He make lemonade for Tiger Wood after he wins.
But I'm not going to back away from just my own. Like you said, this is my opinion based on my experience, because I have been around athletes who made other decisions when they was in that position. Okay, I've seen literally Jim Brown use the money he made in entertainment, in sports, to invest in human development.
I seen MC Hammer. MC Hammer passed out money damn near to the whole neighborhood.
He gave the whole neighborhood a job.
I've heard
MC
stories of MC Hammer being on tour with Boys to Men. That bullshit record company had Boys to Men on the bus. MC Hammer was like, man, y'all can fly on my jet.
Yeah.
He's a giving person.
Yeah.
The core of who he is was not to be worried about that money. Is it wise? Hey, maybe not.
Maybe
but I
not.
tell you what. Life is short. I ain't got time to be worried about no motherfucking money. If I run out of money, I will fucking find a way. I'm a hustler.
Right.
This ain't my, like I told my baby mama when she was talking that shit about that little ass child support check. This ain't my last money, bitch. This yours. I'm a motherfucking hustler, man. Ain't no money gonna stop coming my way. Whatever the fuck I gotta do. I'll open a lemonade stand and make money.
Yeah.
I believe I could make a lot of money selling lemonade.
Well,
That's just how I am.
What kind of lemonade would it be, Corey?
Corey Holcomb lemonade on the corner. Start with a little ass cart. I build that motherfucker to a little bullshit Starbucks Holcomb. Anyway, we gotta take a break. We're gonna come back
and jump in.
We could go with this for a while about money, because I know people got opinions about money and how money should be spent or hasn't been spent or whatever.
Right.
Get it together. We're gonna take a break. We want to hear what you got to say. 5150. 150, 150 back in the house. We talking about money.
For the love of it.
Tricking it off.
I'm telling you, that's it. Yeah.
So you think throwing some 20s away is bad? I saw my homie Kevin Hart throw about $30,000 away in the strip club.
You told me down in Miami, wasn't it?
Down in Miami.
Yeah.
King of Diamonds.
He want it back now, I bet you.
I mean, can you write that off?
No. Hell
Some type of entertainment?
I doubt it.
Shit.
They said Rick Ross and Puffy was in there and they threw about $50,000, $60,000 away. Just on the floor for the girls to pick up. Bobby,
Wow.
it's the show who shine the hardest.
Well, I'm going to say, as a person with an opinion, that's an abomination to the struggle of our people, man. We done went through too much, man, for people to leave that much money on the floor while our babies is out in these motherfucking streets imitating that shit with $5.
So now you're telling me strippers is making more money than nurses.
In your hometown, just yesterday, they had 400 niggas run down the street in a stampede just going buck motherfucking wild. Because we haven't invested in our people. So when I hear about them kind of stories, man, that shit is upsetting to me, man.
But you know what, man? Since the 60s, 70s, 80s,
We done
90s.
lost our motherfucking mind.
No, it's
man.
always the blame is on us, man. The blame
Who else
is-
is it is on us. That's y'all money. You
So we
niggas
just a bunch of
You went out
peacocks.
and made that money and decided it wasn't nothing better to do with it than to leave it on the motherfucking floor.
If you have a newborn baby that's black, in about 20 years, the burden of the world gonna be his fault. They gonna blame it on him,
Wow,
no
that's
matter what. So if you're a man who's found a way to beat the game, because if you can afford to throw $50,000 away and you a black man in a strip club, you beat the game.
But guess who else
You're
used to
the
do that?
cause of the community going down.
But listen, think about
motherfucker got some money, man,
think
and you done
about-
threw this shit on the fucking floor.
Think about Pac-Man Jones.
Shit.
Pac-Man Jones threw a bunch of money
you know
away.
you know what
and
he
now
doing
look
now?
at him. Where is he now?
I tell you where he at. He working for his lawyer. That's who he fucking working
That's
for.
what I'm saying. So there's examples of people doing that, and then a few years later,
He working for his lawyer.
penury. They're poor.
Hey, and if you throw money away like that, and years later you poor,
You're an
That's
idiot.
what you deserve.
We got to call that person an idiot, right?
you can call him an idiot. I say shame on you. That's a nice way to say you're an idiot. Shame on you.
Shame
know what I
on
mean?
you.
But
Lord,
I'm
shame
saying
on
everybody who throws money away is not messing up the black community.
They-
They're
they-
not an idiot.
They doing more damage than the Ku Klux Klan.
I think
Really?
it's the mentality that if you've never been in that position before, you can't understand
And
it.
that's a great example.
So you saying if a black man goes out and he buys a $50,000 set of rims, something wrong with him? He messing up the black community?
He's contributing to it.
Wow. When you black, no matter what you do, you ain't shit.
It does matter
you
what
can't
you
have
do.
shit.
Because I
No,
see what
you
you're
can
saying.
have-
The same point could be turned around and
Oh,
made
that's not what I'm
for
saying.
Jay Leno. Jay Leno has a huge rare car selection.
They go up in value every fucking day.
So do rims go up in value?
No, they go to the next nigga to get a lick.
So there's the point. Are black people wasting money on things that don't grow? We're talking about material things that don't grow, that don't accrue some type of value, some type of interest. We just do it to look like really flashy
Do it to
peacocks.
shine.
All right? Or are we investing in things that, evolve and make more money? Are we doing that?
It's just my opinion, man. Everybody who talks about investing, everybody who talks about the black man wrong for throwing money away here or buying what he wants to buy there, they don't get it. Michael Jackson used to buy all kinds of toys.
He don't count. He was
would-
not black. He was clear.
No, he's
Okay,
black.
well, if
Michael
that
Jackson's
make
black. I'm
if
claiming
that
Michael
make you
Jackson's
feel
black
better.
now.
Yeah, because he was
Michael
a
Jackson's
black
black
man.
man.
from
Yeah, he got
Gary,
black. He
Indiana.
got black when they put that rape case on his ass. But
One of the
before
most,
then, shit,
one of the most
he was out there
generous
tweaking them.
entertainers. That they put that
$300 million.
He gives.
Yes.
He would give to everybody, but you still talk shit about him. So I want to say this to anybody who black, who want to throw money in the strip club, who want to buy some ribs, whatever the fuck you want to do. Fuck what niggas gon' say. They gon' talk shit anyway.
Well, what do the callers say?
They talk shit about
this?
Farrakhan.
Wow.
And this man done so much for the black community. Them boys over, them Arabian boys, they tried to give him
Gaddafi.
$1 billion.
No,
Yeah.
Gaddafi gave him $5 million, and the U.S. government.
No, that one, it was more than $5 million. They tried to get that man enough
$1 billion.
money to change the hood.
Yeah.
And they said, you
Hell
can't have
nah.
it here
you
in
can't
America.
take it from him.
But everybody want to talk about niggas ain't shit.
Now, if we want to go deeper into the Gaddafi movement, the reason why he had to go, because he was about to do something monumental. He was about to change the entire economic structure of the planet because he was going to use the resources of Libya and Africa to back their money. You know, American money ain't backed by nothing but people's belief and faith in
It ain't
it.
nothing but
It's
some
backed
paper.
by that AR-15. That's what it's backed by.
But
Hold on.
what he was about to do was about to make the gold
I got
and
you.
the oil the
standard.
currency. They were going to back their money with their gold.
Great point,
They said, we
Zoe.
got to get this motherfucker out of here. This will destabilize the whole world.
Great point. That's why I'm trying to say, when you are an entertainer or some guy who has found a way to get some money, trust me, if you do something to change the condition of, I'm talking about black people in America, they're going to kill you for that.
Yes.
They will not
absolutely.
allow you to help
This is why
black
niggas,
people out of this condition.
But this
they're
is
in,
why niggas like the
because they did it
boxer.
on purpose.
This is why niggas like the boxer, niggas like Rick Ross, niggas like Puffy, who throwing money away in the club are allowed to do so because it's not changing the thought process of the black community.
Underline the word allowed.
I'm
Underline.
there. I'm
right.
there.
If they were doing something to help people, they would be destroyed.
Right. They buying strippers condominiums right now.
I know a lot
Throwing
of
it away.
NBA players who ain't got no more money, but they was buying bitches condos.
And that's my point.
Bitches with kids by other motherfuckers. They just like that bitch in particular, so they did something for her, and now they broke, and that bitch is telling them to kiss they motherfucking ass. You
Right.
can't come over here. This in my name.
We are the most spiritually poor culture in the world. If you look at all the money black people spend, we spend trillions of dollars. We spend more money than some countries. But
A
we
bunch
ain't-
of countries.
But we don't have nothing internally.
What's the link to what black people used to do when they used to have their little parties back in the day
The rent
in
party?
the tribes? No, I'm talking about before we got kidnapped and brought over here to this bullshit.
I'm sorry.
They would have like the man who had the best bones or whatever in their nose or whatever. That was the shine back in the day.
That was the shine, the biggest bone.
It's in us to shine. You know what I
biggest
mean? Look
lip.
at this peacock throat I got on right here.
Right.
this the biggest throat on a peacock you ever see. We always had it in us to
But
shine.
we also had other civilizations that created an advanced way of living that included modern medicine,
Philosophy,
commerce,
mathematics.
and trade. Okay, so everybody wasn't out there doing the huckabuck. Okay, some of
What
us.
is the hucklebuck though? I don't know what that is.
It's a coon type dance that originated. No.
So you saying they did what Barack Obama do every day?
323-965-1600 is the number to
We'll take some
dial.
callers. We'll take some callers.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah,
The huckabuck.
that's the huckabuck if I ever seen it. 5150 show. What's up?
You on 5150, holla at us.
Hey, who there?
From Chicago.
Hey, what is that? His radio? Is that his radio? What is that?
Maybe he's in
sound?
the truck or something.
Roll your window up, brother, so we can hear you better.
Get out of the storm. Come out of the storm.
Can you say something again?
Breaking up bad, man.
Slap the shit out your phone.
I'm on the train. This
Oh, he on the train, he said.
Oh, he on the train? Sorry about that, brother. We
Yeah, you ain't got a
next
chance,
caller.
man.
You saw I gave him a chance. I don't like to cut people off like
But
that.
that train is, you know.
Yeah, ain't nothing he can do.
no.
Hey, what up?
Appreciate the call,
5150,
bro.
who this?
Yo,
What's
Yeah.
up, man?
what's up, man? This is Tone. You got Tony Bones, man. I'm 21. I was born in Ohio, but I'm out here in motherfucking Florida.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, this is my first time calling. I was just seeing when you was coming back. You gonna come into Florida, get your dick sucked by one of these spring breakers, man.
Hey, man, I'll be in Miami on the 26th of May, man. We doing a show out there on the 26th of May. Make sure you show up, brother.
26th of May.
Yeah.
All right, man. Because I remember, man, you in Ohio, man. You opened for Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Man, you like shut it down before it started, man. And I knew I was trying to tell niggas like, they gave Kevin Hart, them laughs like, yeah, this nigga funny, but he wasn't funnier than the last nigga laugh. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I got mad love for Kevin for allowing me to be on his tour, because we all know that, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but that's what the people are saying.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna be on your meat like Jay Nasty. It's hard to be better than Richard Pryor, man. It's a hard case to even say Dave Chappelle better than Richard Pryor. So man, you top, man. Honestly, I think you better than Kevin Hart, and he the top of the game right now, man. Real talk.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate your opinion, man. Thanks for the call, brother.
That is a hell of a...
Keep your shirt on, man. You looking like a Grizzly Adams out there, man.
Oh, damn! Shots fired!
All right, bro.
Damn!
I got bold enough to take my shirt off. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Little grizzly bear sunbathing.
I saw that picture of old boy, the dude who was in the tub with his granddaughter.
Oh yeah,
I think he a reverend or something. Was he a reverend?
Out in Chicago, right?
Yeah, well, he was in the bathtub with his granddaughter.
Yeah,
and that was some controversial shit in my opinion. But
wait a minute, and doing what?
It was a bubble bath. But okay, let's put it back in context, because the dude did come out. The mother came out. That was like, no, the picture isn't like that. The mother took the actual picture. Granddaddy, even though I don't agree with none of this shit, Granddaddy had on shorts. And they were in the tub together. The little baby had on some type of... So you
think he foul if he didn't have on shorts, being the grandfather?
I just think he shouldn't been in the damn tub. Period. Period.
Yeah. Well, he probably was in the tub first, and it's... Let me tell y'all something, man, because y'all only know this shit over here. That's common in some countries.
Really?
Is it?
People walk around naked in front of each other because the dick ain't such a bad thing everywhere.
The what?
The dick ain't such a bad thing everywhere.
But it's bad with a baby.
With a baby what?
In the tub.
So you think he gonna fuck his grandbaby?
Listen.
It's been done before.
And the mama right there.
The assumption was this is some pedophile business.
Yeah, because you live in America.
He's a preacher. The dude came out and said it wasn't like that. The mother's taking the picture. The baby girl had on a bathing suit. I had on trunks. It wasn't like that. But still, in today's technological...
That motherfucker ain't have on no trunks. He was in the motherfucking bathtub. I don't know a nigga in this nation who take a bath with trunks on. That was to clean that shit up because of America's reaction.
Are you telling me?
How you gonna get your nuts in particularly sparkling if you got on some trunks you've been walking around in all day?
Are you telling me Reverend Rib was butt-ass naked in the tub with his grandbaby?
Man, if you ain't never heard of somebody having their grandkids in the tub with them, a man, they stopped that shit because of the assumptions that happens nowadays. But I'm just saying, people have done it before, and it wasn't no big deal.
Somebody got to call in and talk to us about this. 323-965-1600.
Let me tell you something, man. There was a time in the black neighborhood, if you was a man fucking with a baby, motherfuckers will kill your motherfucking ass. It was understood.
Done deal.
You're a dead motherfucker in jail if
Period.
you fuck with the babies.
Right.
But because of this society where there is no man in the house,
what are you implying,
now it's
Corey?
the worst thing in the world.
What are you implying?
It's no leadership. It's no leadership. We have no leadership, so it's chaos. Everything you do it has evil intentions assumed.
Wow. This is interesting.
That's why I'm saying, like, let's say a picture like that in 1970, people wouldn't think like that.
They would just go see him.
Right.
They would just go see him.
Well, even if they did go see him, if it ain't, you wouldn't be assumed as fucking your little granddaughter.
What would the assumption then be?
Oh, he took a picture with his granddaughter in the tub. Or the most. That motherfucker crazy.
Not in Tennessee.
Not in Tennessee. The number to dial here is 323-965-1600.
I'm all for killing a man who fuck with the babies. Ain't no comeback from that. You can't fuck with the babies.
You going on the record right now? You killing somebody this evening if they fuck with the babies.
I just said, and I'm clear, I know what I said. I remember this time. I'm all for killing a man. Lynching that motherfucker.
Lynching even.
Right. Who touches the babies.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good.
Even the worst criminal will be ready to kill a motherfucker who touched the babies.
That's a good point.
Motherfucker who shot up a whole nightclub. He was like, I kill grown motherfuckers. I don't fuck with the babies. It's a difference.
Right.
Anyway,
Good point.
Get these little callers in, man. What's happening? This is the 5150 show. Talk about it if you heard it.
Come on.
Hello?
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, what up?
This is Nazir X again.
Hey, what's up, brother?
All right.
Yeah, I'm in Tuscaloosa tonight.
That's what up.
All right.
Yeah, I do a lot of traveling. But I don't know too much about that baby shit, man. I ain't fucking with that. But
Right.
I will say about that money thing, man, it comes from within, man. You know, from the top to the bottom, man, that, you know, you got people that they don't really talk about in the black community, like Mesa Musa, who was the richest black man, the richest person alive.
Can Masa Musa, yes.
You know, who had $900 trillion, you know. And then, but they talk about the Rothschilds all the time, you know.
Right.
And then they talk about, you know, people like Jay-Z who spend money and people like Puffy that spend money, man. At the end of the day, it's your money. If you earned it, man, do what you want to with it. But if you look up at the end of your life and you say, what the fuck have I done, you know, to better myself and my race,
yes,
then you failed.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, brother.
That's a good point.
You know, because they, you know, on black side, they say, oh, he ain't doing shit for the community, but he can throw $30,000. That's his money. You know what I'm saying? But on the white side, you know, when a white man get money, what he do? He put it in stocks and bonds. When a black man get it, he put it in stocks of thorns. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Trust me, this is what should not be left out. Our struggle in this country is different than Caucasian people's struggle in this country. We were kidnapped and brought here.
Right, but this is why
they are the executioners.
Man,
They're the pillagers.
it's just like a kid who was raised in a foster home or didn't really have too much when he was growing up, and then he get a bunch of money. What he gonna do? He gonna have hood nigga dreams. He gonna buy shoes. He gonna buy clothes. He gonna buy jewelry to make himself stand out like a white person.
Well, that's why we have to learn about transgenerational wealth.
Man, if
White
it was
families,
up to me,
they do
man,
that.
I would have everybody in America sit down in the mosque at one time and listen to Minister Farrakhan speak, man, because he teaches,
absolutely.
man, you have to better yourself and better the man next to you.
And you know what's messed up
Am I
about
my
that?
brother's keeper?
And this the thing
Yes.
about Minister Farrakhan that I feel like is bad. Everybody believes what they see on TV, and he's portrayed as a bad person on TV. But everybody who thinks he's a bad person, I always tell them, I know you haven't listened to him talk.
Right.
Because if you listen to him talk, you ain't gonna be able to say that no more.
Right, because that's the purpose of propaganda.
Yeah.
Listen, this is how you control the masses, is through the media.
Yeah.
So most people are students enrolled in the school of mass media. This is how they learn. This is how they're educated. So if they've never met a person, they've only met their media persona, they have a false understanding or idea of that person. You understand what I'm saying? And Farrakhan is no different.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's up, man.
Appreciate the call, brother.
Yeah,
Nazir.
he had a great point. Yeah.
Next call, it's the 5150 show.
Appreciate the call, brother. Yeah, had a great point.
Yeah, this brother on another talk show right now. Hey, what up? Hey, this Corey. You on, brother? This nigga on Howard Stern show.
Hey, what up? This Corey. You on, brother?
Yeah. What's up, man?
They in the tub. They in the tub with some shorts on.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
He hung up on.
Hello.
Now, why he done hung up on the tub
the
gang.
quick trigger finger in this motherfucker.
Hey,
Call
go ahead,
back,
sister.
tub crew.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
you
Come
doing?
on, darling.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, who this?
Hey.
This Nene.
Hey,
Nay.
what up?
Okay.
Hey, Corey. Why did you turn down CBB like that?
Who?
Candy
Why
Bar
did you turn
Brown.
down Candy Bar Brown?
The bitch came up here and imposed herself on me and my crew, so we had to ask the bitch to leave. Anything
All right,
else?
so, no, did you have sex with CBB?
Did
This
I
is
have-
what me and Pal Talk want to know. Was the pussy good?
I did not fuck Candy Bar Brown.
And you know what? I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure. Hold on, bitch, you ain't running shit. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Hang up on this bitch. Cut this bitch off my phone calling here. like she running shit. You stupid bitch. That's how you gotta talk to bitches, man. I'm telling you, man, the bitches will call your shit. This bitch, that's a bitty candy bar brown. This bitch act like this her show. She running the show. That slow bitch. I hope your mama get hit by a car while she babysitting your daughter.
Oh Lord.
This bitch gonna call here running shit. That bitch is out of mind.
Here's a public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Candy Bar Brown.
Corey Brown has reached the threshold of bullshit phone calls from knucklehead hoes.
No.
Wow.
Listen, I am respectable.
I said
everybody.
knucklehead
I
hoe.
love people who call the show, but bitch, you ain't finna tell everybody else to shut the fuck up. And you ask get your bum ass out of here, bitch, and starve. I knew it was drama. That bitch said, this night. I was like, oh, this is loud. But I had to say it in my mind because she hadn't proven herself as a lousy bitch. Wow. The bitch is crazy, man.
Oh my God.
The rifleman is back, boy.
Shit.
Call your daddy who don't come around, and I know why.
Oh,
Ask him why Corey hung up on your ass.
The bar has been raising. It's been risen. The bar has risen.
Yikes.
And this is why I wouldn't mind if people give me their opinion on what I did right there. It's just,
Call us right now and tell us if you think Corey overreacted. I don't know. 323-965-1600. Get to your phone lines right now.
I got a low tolerance for bitches thinking they run me.
Women and ladies, you're welcome to call the Corey Holcomb 5150 show
And bitches can call too.
Anytime.
You can call all you want.
No, I'm talking about women and ladies.
I ain't quick to hang up on you.
I said either. Women. You don't have to hang up on no woman or no lady.
Okay, I get that. But saying,
Nene,
lousy bitches.
Are you saying Nene is a lousy bitch?
She is a lousy bitch, and every nigga that fucked her duck her when they see her. That is obvious. That is obvious.
Hell no.
So all I'm saying is you can call back, but we can have a conversation, but you can't run it because you called in the 5150 show.
Nene, call us back. Nene, get to your phone line, 323-965-1600, and reapproach us correctly.
go to the dictionary and look up protocol.
Reapproach us correctly.
Yeah.
Go
look
deeper.
up protocol.
We seek a rapprochement.
Hey, get the next person on the line, man. Hey, what's up? Who this 5150 show? This Corey. Who this? Hello?
He don't wait. Right here, they don't say something, he cut them off real quick.
Yeah, this ain't Speedy them show, man. Let's give him a chance, man. I like my callers, if they hold on, I want them to get a chance to say something.
Quick, like, yeah, all right, niggas.
Hey, is somebody on now? Hey, who's this?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
right.
what's up? See, a lot of people be holding on, so they be paused a little second, so it's all good. Hey, what's up, man? This is the
guys can hear me,
5150
right?
show. Yeah, who this?
This is Yusuf from South Carolina, man.
Hey, what's up, bruh?
Not much, man. A long time listener, first time caller. How's it going, Corey, Bobby, Zoe?
All right,
Hey,
now.
thank you,
all
brother.
right.
All right, man. I just want to hit on a few topics. Originally, I'm from Egypt, and out there, you guys were talking about, messing around with the children and the young kids.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to find out that you even thought about something that sickening, your balls would be cut off by 8 o'clock that night.
Good.
Out there,
Home
they don't
sweet
play
home.
like that.
Right.
That's good.
Okay, so
So
it's also
are you
depends,
are you Muslim? Are you Islamic?
No, I am actually of the Christian faith.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
Coptic
It's a
Orthodox.
huge Christian
That's why he
population.
moved
out
out
there.
here.
Yeah, so, it all depends on how you're brought up and your surroundings. That's what forms you and shapes you to be whoever you are when you grow up. So,
What if
like
you?
your brother said earlier, take care of yourself and the guy next to you. So I definitely agree with that. And also, you can tell, what's her name, Nene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell she was raised with a father because she has no etiquette whatsoever to be acting like that. So
Thank you.
I say Corey probably didn't do enough, so I'm with him on that.
Wow.
That's what's up, man. Because I know people.
Hey,
Some people try to say I was mean to her, but that bitch thought she ran shit. Bitch, you don't run shit. You might run your baby until he 15. That's when they normally say, "Bitch, get the fuck out my face." That's when the average young black
all about
male
respect.
tell a
It's all
little
about
hood
respect.
mama,
That's all
"Bitch,
it
get
is.
the fuck on before I try to fuck your homegirl."
Yeah, it's all about
Wow.
I'm going to let you guys get these other callers, though, man.
All right,
Man, we
thanks.
appreciate
All right,
your
man.
call, brother.
All right, man. All right,
Appreciate it, man.
Southwest
Later.
Egypt. That's what's up. Hey, 5150 show. What up? Who this?
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, brother?
Hey, Corey.
What up, man?
Hey, man, this is Brandon from Dallas.
It's Brandon from Dallas.
I'm glad you got Zoe on there.
Yeah.
Zoe,
What's happening?
what's up, man? I'm a big fan of your show.
Appreciate it, brother.
I watched it this morning. I'm going to go back and watch it again. Bobby, good looking out. Hey, we need to talk about COINTELPRO. Remember, Corey, I talked to you about that when you was down here?
The who?
COINTELPRO.
From the 60s.
Yes.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, man. They
Watching for the next Black Messiah. We got to kill him.
They put it down, man. They broke up every black organization in the country.
Rick Ross, the book Darker Lines, Gary Webb, Zoe.
Yeah.
I know you got the hookup. We need to talk about the Panthers and how they destroyed the community, how they introduced crack, all of that.
Yeah.
Because we had help. It wasn't as though we became the way we are without help, and we need to show the hidden hand. That's the only point I want to make.
Really quickly, they idolize black people. They meaning the white infrastructure, the government. They idolize black people, but at the same time, they hate us. It's negrophilia and negrophobic at the same time. So they love us and hate us. They know that the original Egyptians and the original Sumerians and the seed of life came from Africa. And they know those people just weren't rich externally. They were rich internally, had a spiritual base. And they know if black people ever return to that understanding, they could not be governed by a racist, suppressive country government like we're in right now. They understand that. So COINTELPRO was like, we need to look for the next Messiah. Other words, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, whoever rises up and galvanizes these people, we need to make sure we're one step ahead before he comes to fruition. We got to take him out.
I think we should do an entire show on that next week.
Absolutely,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
down with it.
I mean, get Rick Ross in. I know a lot of people think that Rick Ross is like this big, great drug dealer and all that, but they don't understand Rick Ross was tied into the CIA, which was tied into the Sandinistas, which was tied into all of that.
But see, let me just say this. This is why I always talk shit about the gangster thug niggas. Them niggas got a price. That's part of the game.
Sir.
That's part of the game. They'll say don't snitch, but snitching is part of the game.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you're in this situation, that kind of situation, they pick and choose from those that are empty, from those that can be bought.
So, Zoe, let me ask you a question. Do you think everybody is a trick?
Everybody who plays the game is a trick. When you start dealing with integrity, you're dealing with people that can't be bought because integrity is internal and it's priceless.
So if you out there in the game, you a trick.
Absolutely.
That's deep. That's deep.
All I can add to that conversation is the money stays in the game.
The who?
The money stays in the game. As long as you're in the game, you got that paper. You get out the game, that money's still in the game.
Right.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Hey, caller, that's what's up, man. We're going to ride off that. We're going to do a show off that.
Yeah, it's fire.
Whatever that thing you said.
Did you say we need to go to break?
Yeah, we got to take a quick break.
Hey, hold on, callers. We want to hear what you got to say, man.
Absolutely, callers. We'll be back.
5150, motherfucker.
just had a Real Men Club meeting, and the vote is we're going to bring her back.
We're going to bring her back.
We're going to bring her back. See, this is what happened with Candy Bar Brown. We let her stay on that phone a long time and talking shit about everybody. Now, that inspired a lot of girls to feel like they could call and talk shit.
Right.
I mean, you could talk shit. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but you can't speak over people like you running shit. She thought she was talking to her man.
Well, she had the right string, but the wrong yo-yo.
Oh.
All right, so let's get our composure together. Let's bring Nene back on.
Hello, Nene. Welcome to the 5150 show. Hi.
Oh, Nene, hi.
Hi, Corey, I want to say that I'm so sorry for talking to you like that, this show and everything. But let me tell your big, fat, black, fat ass something.
Okay, we got this.
TVB. Hey, Bobby,
I tell you what.
Why y'all cut her off? That's what I'm saying.
Let her go.
Nah,
You back. Go ahead. Get your thing.
Oh, she's still on. She's still on. She's still on.
But we're not helping anybody with that.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Go ahead.
Fuck CBB. I'm running this my goddamn show. I'm taking over this bitch right now. Right now.
I bet my life.
Now what?
She looked like Candy Bar Brown. That's that frustration of how you look.
Don't fucking ever insult me like that.
Okay, you got it in. We let you. Just remember, I allowed you to come back on to say that.
But we got better.
And this is right after an abortion.
This is an epidemic. We have to have an emergency meeting about this kind of behavior, man.
Well, Mr. Ned, we up in here. Hey, Corey, log on the Power Talk.
Man, this is bad for America.
Log on the Power Talk.
We can't have people talking.
I can't understand you, baby. What you say?
She said,
"You'll never be able to understand nothing she got to say."
Oh, Bobby, I can't hear. Just let her say what she got to say. Now, what did you say, baby? What did you say?
I said log on to Power Talk.
What?
I don't. Yeah, it might be Swahili.
What you fucking deaf or something?
Yes,
hey,
ma'am.
Look, get a CBB on that show or else.
No, we're civilized.
Hey, can I say something to you,
baby?
baby?
To your understanding.
Oh, I see.
CBB on that show
I
or
see. It
else,
says Pal Talk. She said log on to Pal Talk. Something.
What it say? Hold
I
on
don't
to
know what
Pal
that
Talk?
is. Yeah.
Okay, listen. Hey, baby, what I want to say is I hope your mama die.
I'm not
All right,
your
hang up
baby.
on the bitch.
I'm telling you,
You
man.
hope her mama dies. What?
It's her mama's fault. We got to deal with this shit.
Oh God.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, this bitch Candy Bar Brown that came up here and geeked people up.
No, here's what's scary to me,
We
man.
turned nothing into something, and I'm cool with that because I don't give a fuck.
Here's what's scary to me,
All
man.
somebody got to do is see that bitch Candy Bar Brown, and they gonna understand that she is meant to struggle. Now this little bitch we couldn't see. I wish she was both her nickname, Nene or whatever. Yeah. Bring your monkey ass up here. Let us lay eyes on the debacle known as Nene. We know you ain't shit because cold bitches ain't even got time for that. Cold bitches laugh and shit like that. They be like, man, get this.
Well, you know,
shit out of here."
I agree with the brother, Bobby. I mean, we giving them a platform, just to be foolish.
Hey, look, you know what I'm getting ready to do? Because I can't sock her myself. I got a friend named Chris. Chris, if you're still in L.A., I got whatever I can contribute. I think we're gonna come up with a pool of money, and we're gonna invite Nene, Shaniqua, Candy Bar, and them. You bring that monkey ass shit up here, and Chris is in here. She gonna beat you till you catch on fire. Cause I can't hit your ass for a man would never talk to a man the way these girls is calling up here talking to us. But man.
I'm saying
because they not worried about somebody busting their motherfucking head.
But so, they do it from a
Chris,
distance.
if you still in L.A., I got some work for you to put in, because this shit got to stop, man.
Wow.
I don't think
Is Chris
stop.
a man?
She's a woman that hit like a man, but she's not manly like that. But she will whoop a bitch ass and talk disrespectful to other men. She'll do that because I can't do it.
Yeah, I used to have a play sister that I could just sick on somebody that
and
would.
don't make me call my people down in
Listen to me.
Tennessee,
This is what I'm saying.
Got out of hand, man.
This is what I'm saying. No motherfucker, whether it's man or woman, who for real about their shit in life, talks like that because they know. No. I don't know.
This is an epidemic,
Let me tell you something.
man.
People who really
You
do
just said
shit,
that you had a girl that you was paying good money to talk to you like you had a tail.
Who did I?
Like he had a tail. Is she Mormon?
That was working for you.
She
and
might have been a Mormon.
Giving you orders and all that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this shit done got out of hand, man.
And then she was dismissed.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna have that around me. But the point I'm trying to make. People who talk like that young lady who don't even know you,
right?
They just wanted some fame.
Was she raised by the streets?
I don't think so. I just think it's a little loudmouth bitch that if she get the shit slapped out of her, she gonna go call the police. That's all they do.
That's what Chris is for.
Why are we talking about slapping the shit out of her? Why
She needs a beat down.
I'll tell you why.
That girl need a beat down.
The
man.
reason you talk
She
about
do.
slapping the shit out of people like that is because I say this. Nene and Candy Bar Brown are two of a kind. It's the same person.
Wow.
And all they do when they see you, they smile with you until they realize you ain't gonna go for their bullshit. Then it's fuck you, motherfucker, you ain't shit. Whoop-de, 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 whoop.
Wow.
Same shit.
Wow.
It's got to stop, man, because for those of us that are trying to be respectful to other people, man, we cannot tolerate this kind of behavior, man.
Wow.
We better than that, man. We better than that.
Is this a new generation of young black
got to nip
women
this shit in
that
the
are growing
bud,
up
man.
thinking
This
this
is
is the way
ridiculous.
you talk and interface with men?
With grown-ass men.
Grown-ass men? Is this the new generation?
I would say, and you tell me if you disagree, Bobby and Zoe, that is the reflection of 75% of black women in the hood.
Wow. What about...
Do you disagree?
Wow.
I'm not talking about they jump off that way, but once they realize that you're not going to do their bidding.
But do you think those women outnumber all the good women in the hood?
Of course. They beat them by
I don't think so.
What's the
I don't
ratio?
think so.
3 to 1? 2 to 1?
I think they just loud enough that
3 to 1. I said 75%.
Wow.
I think it's lower than that, Corey, simply because there's a silent majority of people that they go about their business.
That's a good
they
point.
mind their
About
business.
25%.
No, it's more than that. I think it's the 25% that look like 75%.
Well, now, if
they
we-
just all they 24/7.
This is what I got
with
to
that
ask you,
bullshit.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Out of all the women in your life you ever fucked with, just think about that. Think about this honestly.
I refuse to answer that question on the ground that it will incriminate.
Yeah, because if you grade it on a bell curve,
I can honestly say most of the women I dealt with in my lifetime, once they realize that I'm not going to do what they want me to do, they come out the bed.
and start cutting up regardless of where they were
don't
raised,
give-
how they were raised,
They don't
whatever.
give a fuck. I can't work
Yeah,
this
I agree
nigga.
with
Fuck
that.
him.
I agree with that.
That's how they are.
Yeah.
I done met a
I agree
couple
with
of
that.
women that to this day we ain't even around each other. I cut for them because they solid. But it's the minority. The majority of them are bitches. Once they realize they can't work me like they want to, them bitches don't give a fuck about me.
Is he right? Somebody call us right now at 323-965-1600.
That bitch look like her name should be Rooster.
Fairgrounds.
See, Rooster wife. Now that was a woman, man. Because when she had that shootout with Rooster, it was a fair fight, man. 'Cause-
Rooster.
Yeah, because she just didn't play that. Rooster just disrespected her, and she had a pistol herself.
Right.
So people need to govern themselves accordingly. But this thing about women rushing men, the way they're doing it nowadays, it's really time out for that, man. Because at some point they're gonna rush the wrong brother. And
it happens a lot.
Well, listen, Big Mama had the right idea. Big Mama told you, don't roll up on a man like a man. If you don't want to fight a man, don't attack a man, don't slap a man, watch how you talk to him. Now, she wasn't saying be submissive and be controlled. She was saying this is how you control the situation. Because a woman can change the timbre of a conversation by simply changing the timbre of her voice.
So let me tell you something, brother. What you saying, I agree with 100%. But let me tell you about these hoes.
Talk to me.
I checked my rent-a-car in at Richmond Airport, and it was this woman who wasn't attractive. I knew she was going to be a problem when I saw her because of the way she looked, and she looked upset. So she was not polite and rude as she was turning in the rent-a-car, but she recognized who I was,
Right.
trying to get a picture. I was like, babe, I don't want to take no picture with you. I just flat out said it. I don't want to take a picture with you.
Right.
This bitch ran up on me with her camera phone. This is the bitch who work at Avis.
Right.
Took the picture
Anyway.
like, fuck you, motherfucker. And I tried to let it go because I went and I
what
checked
did you do?
in.
What did you do?
After I checked in on the plane, I went back up there. And I said, look here. You ran up on me, you took that picture with your phone. I don't normally even trip off shit like that, but bitch, erase the picture and I just let it go. That bitch act like she erased the picture. I say, bitch, why you playing with me? What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? I don't even know you. Then the bitch got loud, started acting like I was doing something to her. You know how that shit go.
Yeah.
In the middle of me and this bitch, I'm like, you a stupid bitch, whatever the fuck. I'm talking shit to the hoe. This white lady walked up to us and said, you two are too loud.
Wow.
And that's when I left.
Take
I was
your
like,
nigger disputes somewhere else.
I was like, we in the safe zone where bitches can talk crazy and not get knocked the fuck out. Because I am not above kicking a bitch in her baby maker. I will impregnate a bitch with my Nike. I will put my foot up a bitch ass. I'm just saying, it's in me to do. I will say that. I will admit, I will hit a bitch.
I got to expose you. You was beyond nice, Corey, because you already knew you had baited her into losing her job. Because if you'd have still been arguing when the supervisor got there, the evidence was in her phone.
Well, what happened
But wait a minute.
As I was walking to the airport, word got back to the dude. He was the supervisor at Avis, and he came up to me and he said, hey, man, I already know what happened. It's a surveillance camera down there.
Oh!
Wow.
He said, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Wow.
And he took a couple of days off my reservation. And, of course, I was like, man, I'm cool. I don't really need the reservation like that. He was like, no. We have problems out this woman. And
but see,
we saw her run up on you with that camera, and you was like, please. You had that look like, go away. Mm-hmm. So I hope the bitch got fired, but Corey, I know I've followed up with Avis.
But Corey, women are aware of the double standard. And the double standard with regards to conflict between men and women is that men lose regardless. It's a lose-lose situation, and they know it, and they push the boundaries. But this is why I tell women, especially in domestic abuse situations, I always say, if you believe that people have limits in general, you should also believe that men do. Because sometimes women will say, oh yeah, people have limits and you shouldn't push people past their limits, but they will still push men past their limits because they're under the guise that men should never hit women. But men have limits. And it doesn't justify men hitting women, but it also says you're partly responsible because you know how to push buttons and you know the social standard is lose-lose if he reacts and responds.
Well, that shit I said earlier about 75% of women, I really stand on that. I believe 75% of the bitches are evil.
But let me go back because a lot of women they always fall back on the argument of not all women.
No, well, listen, I don't think it's all women.
It ain't none of the women.
Right.
It's not women that do that. Women don't behave like that, man.
Right. But in basic conversation, we should understand that we're speaking in generalities and nothing is an absolute.
No, women do not behave like that. They have too much self-respect.
Right.
Hoes and bitches, they specialize in this kind of foolishness.
But you know what? Hoes and bitches have put on the camouflage of real women nowadays.
That's what I was just going to say, Bobby.
But as soon as they open up their mouth, they distinguish themselves. A woman will never call this show and tell you how to run this show and be talking like she got bigger balls than we do. No, a woman is not going to call this show and talk crazy.
Everybody call bitches and hoes. You a bitch and a hoe off of how you look. That is the
misconception.
But it's behavior, because a woman is a woman at all times.
A woman,
you won't confuse a woman with a bitch ever.
75% of women, in my opinion, will try to turn the whole village against a man who wasn't doing nothing but taking up for himself in her presence.
Let me tell you something, Bobby. Let me tell you something, Bobby. There's a sister out of Brooklyn, New York, right? She wrote a book called Sacred Woman. I forget her name, but she has all of these herbs, all of these products, and she writes this book called Sacred Woman. Erykah Badu done read it. She's got a section in there about exercising the bitch out of women, right? A very powerful sister. Let me explain something to you. She told me about another sister. She said women get together in covens to hate on men. And she was talking about black sisters. And she says part of my work is to exercise the bitch out of our sisters, because we are the sisters, she was saying, are the ones who hold on to hurt and revenge and resentment and all of that shit longer than any other women. She said those women are always seeking revenge, and it's cold. It's cold. but we got to find a way to heal our
What's
sisters.
the name of the book?
Sacred Woman. I forgot the sister's name. She's a herbalist.
I'll
if
write it
somebody
down.
out there who knows her name,
I don't know her name, but I know how to
Queen
Google.
Afua. That's it, Queen Afua. And I spoke
How do you
with
spell
the-
Afua?
AFUA, Queen Afua, powerful sister. And I believe any sister out there in the sound of my voice, even Nene and them and Candy Bar Brown, go buy her book.
Them bitches ain't gonna read no book.
That's right. Shit.
Them bitches hate Queen Afua and don't even know her.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying, Zoe. Before I even knew of Queen Afua, this is what I've seen. 75% of women will try to turn the entire village against a man who ain't doing nothing but taking up for himself from her being a bitch.
Wow.
Well, see,
Is that true?
but hold on, I need to address
And that means I'm saying 75% of women are evil.
You're saying 75% of females are evil.
You driving that point about a woman versus
There's a difference between a woman
And he makes a good point.
There's a difference between a man and a male.
Yeah.
Go deeper.
A man, I'm looking at two of them. You stand for what you stand for.
Right.
Okay. But a male, that motherfucker's all over the place.
Right.
You
A
can't
male?
I mean, a male. They got the same characteristics.
He ain't learned how to be a man yet.
But a male will leave you hanging. He'll lie to you. He'll rob you. He'll fuck your old lady.
He don't believe in himself.
A man won't do
Right.
none of that shit.
Right.
You saying a man
A man
won't
stands
fuck
on
somebody
principle.
old lady.
Right.
A man won't do that. No.
The best of them will fuck your old lady. Trust me.
Not no man.
I'm talking about, you
Not
know
no
what?
man.
He's saying a man stands for something, a
Corey,
male
right.
stands
I
for
There's
agree.
way
I
in hell
understand
that
what
I
you're
would
saying.
Fuck your old lady. No way in the hell, man.
But nah, listen though.
Laugh all
Is
you
it-
want to,
is
man.
this not part of?
I done did this for 58 years. I'm not going with your woman, man.
Right.
I don't have to do that.
But you know what? Isn't that
And I'm
Bobby?
not gonna do it.
Bobby, isn't that part of the man code?
It is the man
It's an
code.
unspoken man
You're
code.
not supposed to-
If I bring my girl, my woman, not just somebody I'm hanging with, around my place of business or around my friends, they know that's off limits. It ain't even cool.
Well, I'll put it like this.
Isn't
That
that
is the only
unspoken?
person. That is the only person you are supposed to bring around your friend.
Exactly.
Is your woman.
Exactly.
All side bitches need to get in where they fit in.
Wow.
And
323.
I don't like when motherfuckers introduce me to a lot of they side bitches. I'm like,
Just a
hold on,
random-
man. I met your wife yesterday. Who is this bitch? I don't like that shit.
Wow.
Every once in a while, you supposed to see a nigga. Man, I just couldn't shake the bitch. This Sheila right here.
She
but-
came up here on her own.
Oh, boy.
I gave her the wrong address.
I'm
She
gonna
found it.
check this book out. Sacred Woman, Queen of Four.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold work.
She probably has literature on my thoughts.
When I tell you she cold, she cold. All sisters who listen to the show should go out and check it out. We got callers, Corey. Get them in there, man.
Hey man, this the 5150 show. Who this?
Hey, this is Sydney. Good evening, fellas.
How you
Bobby,
doing?
Corey, Zoe. How y'all doing?
What's happening?
Thank you, sister.
What up?
Hey, listen. This is Naya's consigliere. But listen, I need to apologize on her behalf. All right?
This is who?
Her consigliere, her confidant.
Right, yeah.
Her
who?
spokesperson.
I'm her advisor.
Her
so I need to
advisor,
apologize on her behalf.
All
She's
right.
the offspring of a well-known rat, Nikki Bonds, and plus being on
Wait a
those
minute,
patches
hold
and all
on, wait a
that,
minute. What did you
kind of
just say?
distorts reality.
She's the offspring of Nikki Barnes?
Of a well-known, yeah.
I know who Nikki Barnes is, but go ahead though, please speak on it.
Yeah, so no, really the reason why she was quarreling was she just wanted to know if CBB was drunk and whether or not she was wearing one of those leopard print onesies, like a Palucho.
Whatever
I don't know
that
why she
is.
didn't ask you all that, but that was the real reason why she was quarreling.
Well, let her know that her father would have whooped her ass himself if she came into a room of his friends and talked like that. She's never
Sideways.
done that. So what's the difference between coming on the Corey Holcomb show? She needs to understand that Nicky Barnes was a gangster, but he was a man's man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he would be disappointed and ashamed that that's his bloodline behaving that way.
Wow.
Because I know
Right.
who Nicky Barnes is.
Wow.
Right, and see, and those patches that she be on, the fentanyl patches, like I said, they totally distort her reality.
Well, she need to leave that shit alone, okay?
She be
But you know what,
naughty.
sister? We appreciate this phone call, But you
All
let
right,
her
I'm gonna get
know
off
though
here so other
that
callers
she's
can get through. My
misrepresenting
phone ain't
her
surgically stitched
bloodline.
to my earlobes like CBB. So y'all take it easy and be safe. All right.
Wow,
Hey,
thank
thank
you.
you, sister.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, next
you remember
caller.
that movie?
I know what you're talking about, Bobby.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot who I apologize.
saying that to you.
You know what? I shouldn't even did. I should have known you knew. I'm sorry.
I was just listening
I
to it
slipped up.
because
Okay.
sometimes when people speak, they say what you need to know.
Okay, my bad.
Right.
I slipped up that time, man. Cause you always you.
And sometimes they tell you more about what they didn't say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I listen to people when they talk because a lot of times you can figure out what you need to know if you allow them to say what's on their heart
Exactly.
to say.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all good. Hey, is the next caller on? Because damn, time flying by. Hey, what up? This 5150 show. Who did?
Yo,
Hey, what's up, brother?
what's going on, Zoe, Bobby, and Corey? How y'all doing, man?
All right,
man.
all right.
Who this?
Man, it's Charlie Reds, man. I ain't want nothing, man, just to say what's up with y'all, man. I've been with my lady for 17 years, man. I'm 33. You keep your lady a check by keeping away from the rest of them nigger women that you cut the fuck up, man.
Wow. And I would say the same applies.
Ruin your life.
Yeah.
Did you hear how long he said he been with his lady? So they started
17
out
years.
together.
Yeah.
And she's still a lady.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And that's one thing
Congratulations,
we should big up. We believe in supporting
Women.
and ladies.
Yeah.
We believe in that.
Absolutely,
I
100%,
respect
man.
women
100%,
and ladies.
man.
And any woman who cannot respect a man, he ain't got to be your family. He ain't got to be somebody you dating. If you're disrespectful to any kind of man, you're putting yourself in harm's way, which means you don't respect yourself. I just got to keep it real. I don't know how people feel about that. 323-965-1600.
Take it easy.
Hey,
Thanks for the call,
man.
brother.
Hey, this is the 5150 show. Hey, may I ask who's calling?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, hey, this is a lady calling. This is Brand Nubian. Hey, guys.
Brand
All
Nubian,
right,
what up?
Come
What up,
on.
Brand Nubian?
Thank you for
Hey,
calling.
Corey. Hey, Zoe.
Hey.
Hey, Bobby.
All right.
I was calling because I wanted to mention earlier, you guys were talking about, I guess, finances and the way black people deal with economics.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that I think one of the problems is that basically we are thirsty. We don't understand the importance of sharing financial information with one another. Like in the European culture, I'm pretty sure there's probably children that wake up every morning and they eat breakfast with their parents who have the newspaper out, and they're reading the stock exchange and showing it to them when they're 5 years old. But in our culture, we don't talk about stuff like that.
No,
I was in a situation not too long ago with my father. He is trying to fix his house for my sister, who's only like 25 years old. But he has a tendency of wanting to do everything and not share any knowledge with her. And what I was trying to explain to him was, Dad, if you were to drop dead tomorrow, she's not going to know anything. So the best thing for you to do is, instead of being bossy and just doing everything, take her by the hand and show her what she needs to know.
Right.
So that when you do pass on, she understands what she has to do. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have a man. She has you. So
Right.
she's looking to you for leadership and understanding what to do. And I think that's the problem. Not saying what all people who come from my father's generation, because my dad is like 59 years old. But a lot of them have a tendency of just not wanting to share. They just go ahead and do it, and they don't want to pass on that information. And it's very important,
Right,
to
and
pass on that information.
the caller is making such a great point. We've lost the art of struggling together and mentoring each other through the struggle. What we do is criticize each other for the struggle. But it's your fault. It's your fault. It's, well, you're responsible. Black men are wrong. Or black women are wrong. Bitches is ratchet. Niggas is hood. And we go at each other.
Say, Nubian,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that a
Yes,
way
sir.
to fix all of the chaos, because black people are lost, let's just put it like that, do you think the best thing for us is to be separated from Caucasian people?
I believe in certain situations we should. Number one, we definitely need to be separated from Europeans with our nutrition, because being that we're a melanated people, the way we eat is totally different from the way they eat.
So you think it's just nutrition? Oh, okay, go
Our
ahead.
education is totally different because they believe in a point system. Well, amongst us black people, we believe in 360 degrees of knowledge. They only believe in maybe 12 degrees, because you go from kindergarten to 12th grade, and then you go from 12th grade to a bachelor's degree and a master's. So I don't know, let's just say hypothetically speaking, that adds up to 16 degrees of knowledge, and they think that that's enough. But really, if you go back to our proper culture, what they're learning in college right now, our babies should be learning that when they're in school at 5 years old.
Well, we know college.
Let me
college is their hustle. Go ahead, Zoe.
Let me help the sister, and because she's bringing out a lot of great points. In Western culture, knowledge is specialized. What do you want to be when you grow up? And then they set you on the course of specialization. You want to be a fireman, you want to be a police officer, you want to be a nurse. It's specialization. When we go back to our culture dealt with internal knowledge. Right? Internal understanding. And this is what the aristocracy in Europe is about. They know the real science. The real science is internal knowledge. This is what Masonry was about. It's about you being the architect and the builder of yourself from the inside out. In America, even if you look up the word meditate, the Sanskrit term, it means to measure. Right. And what we do is measure success by external accumulation. Right? So even our education is based on that.
There's other callers that are coming through, but I just wanted to say that I truthfully do believe that if we begin to separate, which we should have did back in, I guess, the 60s or in the 50s when they were fighting for integration, we should remain segregated, because there's a lot of things that we can share with each other that can't be shared in a European culture. A lot of things are watered down right now. Like, for instance, in economics class, they're teaching kids how to cook and bake cookies and things like that. For economics in high school, they should be teaching these kids how to fill out a form to get a house or get a credit card application or something of that nature. But it is watered down and dumbed down, and you can expect that in European culture. But I wanted to say peace to you, brothers.
Right.
I enjoy watching your show, and have a good evening.
All right,
Thank you, sister.
For an
We appreciate
intelligent
it.
phone call.
I think that everybody, it's really a hard thing to say because people are listening.
Right.
But this is the fact. If black people want to be unlost, because we are lost, we need to be separated from Caucasian people who intentionally keep us lost. If they have the power and their intent is to keep us lost, where we're arguing over shit we shouldn't be arguing over, how do you think, with them having the power, we will ever come up out of this this mental state we in that keeps us stagnant?
I got a response to that, Corey. It's a great question. And fortunately, they is so broad and vague. I'll be very brief and quick on this. The good news for our people is white people is in worse shape than they ever been. They squabbling over gay rights. They fighting over who gonna get the money because they done got so greedy that the 1% is pimping their own folks.
Right.
Okay. The chaos
And been
that
doing
you talked
that
about,
since the 14th Amendment.
They have really got so dysfunctional. For the first time in at least 30 years, there's an opening for us. And we don't have to separate because it's already there. We don't have to formally separate because it's already separated.
Right.
All we have to do is quit waiting on permission to do for self.
Wow. Now that
Waiting on
was the key.
permission
to do for self. That
Now,
was the key.
Let me say this. Every black man, what you talked about, the Messiah, the people who can wake us up to do permission, to do, you know what I'm saying, what we do for self.
Right.
They slaughtered and hope is lost.
But guess
But no,
what?
it's
You know
not.
how
No,
they do that?
I disagree.
Wait, you know how they do? But you know how they do? Let me just say how they do it. They do it through our own. Because
of course,
they're
because you are dealing with a wickedly brilliant
No, but
group of people.
What I'm saying
They're not dumb. They have thought out evil.
But what they've learned is that there is an inherent self-hate in black people. Let me tell you something. Cain and Abel, those were two black people. Those were brothers.
Hey, Zoe, I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think we got to take a break.
Oh, you see, he saw some food.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be right back on the 5150 show. We'll get deep.
He saw a quesadilla and his shirt came off.
We'll go deeper. Go deeper. Fuck that shit.
Jeez.
I got good news, man. White people are not smarter than us. They're just more pragmatic and determined, and they're willing to just do what we do part-time 24/7.
Right. You not Uncle Ruckus, Bobby, but you
Uncle who?
You're not Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus is a black cartoon character that hate black people, and he's a black man.
On the Boondocks.
No.
Uncle Ruckus?
It's called Uncle Ruckus. But what it is, Bobby, this is my opinion of you. You think that it's our fault we're in the predicament we in.
I know it's our fault.
I think it is, though. I think it is.
Because they not better than us, man. The biggest mistake black people have ever made is to think that we cannot win. We can win if we fight just as hard. See, we can't take no time off, man. Black people want to go on vacations and shit when victory ain't been won. We went out after OJ got acquitted. I saw black people jumping up and down like they done freed the slaves. I said, this is going to be the worst day of our goddamn life.
Why?
You know why? White folks don't get mad. They get even. They change the laws.
So why are white people in charge, Bobby?
Because we sit back and wait on them motherfuckers to give us them fucking crumbs, man. And this ain't that Republican
Everybody
bullshit.
doesn't sit back and wait on them to give them crumbs.
I know they don't. But that's one thing about, you said something fatalistic that I want to challenge. It's some things worth dying for, and it's some things worth killing for. But black folks is real quick to give up their life for some shit, but we ain't never been committed to going out and killing for our freedom. They gave us our freedom. We didn't take it. That's why it's conditional. We still don't have the right to vote legally because we listened to some niggas that said, okay, the white man said it's okay that we vote. And every 10 years they vote on that shit because we ain't went back up and said, you're a goddamn lie. I want my motherfucking right to vote just like you do. We're not voting on shit.
What the fuck is voting have to do with what the fuck is going on in this country? We have been kidnapped
But we ain't kidnapped now.
And you have not been freed.
Now. We ain't kidnapped. No, you can't.
So
can't
you
nobody
free.
free you.
You a free man.
No, I'm as free as I decide to be. Because the minute I think I'm not free, Corey, it's a wrap.
But let me just say this. Let me just say this, Bobby, to speak on what you just said. When we're looking for the white man to give us crumbs, a lot of times those crumbs manifest in the form of validation and approval.
That's
a lot of times what we're doing, listen to what I'm saying, we're looking for outside approval.
Then you already done committed suicide.
Because when we say, Mama, I made it, we're saying, Mama, I made it in the context of what making it is in American white context. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what making it is, right? We got the big house, I'm rich. But we could be poor on the inside and not even know it. We're still in competition with each other. The only way our people going to come up is if we relearn to value each other. Black people don't value other black people.
Well, whose fault is that?
But listen to this. We don't value...
I know whose fault it is.
Whose fault it is?
Listen.
We are colonized. The only difference between us and them people in them eggs on that movie, The Matrix, is that we are here walking around. We are colonized. You have not gotten your freedom from when they captured you brought you here.
If we were a
let me say this, though.
Person.
You got you a black president who won't even acknowledge you. He won't even say, I'm a black man, or black people have been wronged, or whatever the fuck. You have nothing in this country. You are colonized until the day comes where the war, because that's the only way people get their freedom is in war.
The reality is a true free person is dangerous to this society. At the end of the day, if you look up the word government, it comes from governor. If you go etymologically and study that word, it means limiter. You're not free, you have liberty. Liberty is a legal term which means freedom with constraints. If you were truly free, you'd be dangerous to society. Because then you change the way people think.
Which is why they gave you a president who hangs on clarinet strings, because they want you to see this man conduct himself like that.
Wow.
While you running out there voting for somebody who ain't got the courage to speak up for you.
Wow.
You looking at me like I voted for him.
I'm just saying. It's a whole lot of people out here think they doing the wrong. We need to go vote. No, motherfucker. You in a cocoon. If you step outside that cocoon,
we gotta start with our men.
Exterminate your ass.
We gotta start with our men. We gotta re-educate these dudes because they don't know what true manhood is. A lot of these dudes are homophobic. They stupid. They scared.
What does homophobic mean?
What it means is they're too preoccupied with the balls of another man and what he's doing. What we need to do is raise strong men by being strong, by doing things that matter to our community. We want to sit back and, when I look at hip-hop today, hip-hop is gayer than Soul Train in the 80s. It's gay, right? The way dudes is acting is feminine.
I did the show at MTV with Nick Cannon. And I saw the artists they were promoting. I know what you're saying, Zoe. That's what they want on TV.
And what I'm saying is I'm not anti-gay. But I am pro raising strong black men. I ain't worried about going and fighting against gay people. They're part of humanity. But what I want to do is go talk to these young boys and say, this is what it means to be a man. I'm raising a man. My son is 16. He's 2 years off of being a man, and he's got the blueprint.
I don't know what anti-gay is. I don't know what that is. But I know if a man conducts himself like a woman in my presence, that ain't cool. That's all I got to say. I don't care what bitches do.
Right.
But men can't be moist around me and expect me to look at them like with respect. My look at them is you acting moist right now. And that's too much.
Corey, you know, we've been knowing each other for a good while, and I say that just to say this. The respect that I have for you is based on the fact that I know what you stand for, and I know what you got in your heart, how you help people, and what you will and will not do. and there's a fairness about that, because we'll agree to disagree.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this, man. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As he continues to think, so he remains. That's more than just a saying. And that's the good news I have for our people and all people. Just because it's so today ain't gonna mean it's gonna be that way tomorrow, but it will be that way if you keep thinking that bullshit.
Right.
Keep thinking,
If you keep
thinking
thinking
what?
that white people are that omnipotent, that can't be beat,
And that's part of their
that's
mystique.
bullshit,
Did I
man.
say that they can't be
I
beat?
didn't say you said. I'm not
Oh.
speaking to you. I'm speaking broadly. I'm saying that when I first started school and they sent me to that white school and they tried to convince me that I was dumb, it did not set in because I'd already been smart. I was looking at material I'd never fucking seen before. But a lot of my colleagues bought into that shit, man. They started acting dumb. And then I'm acting white because I'm smart. Fuck you.
Well, the reason
that ain't black.
Well,
That's
Bobby,
smart. It's just smart.
the reason you are here today, and this I don't think will be doubted by anybody, because you were one of the strongest. But this system is set up to break down the weak real fast. The weak goes out quick. So when you like 40, 50 years old, head above water as far as it go with not being locked up, not being somebody out to kill you or whatever, you rare. You beat the game.
Right.
But all of these schools and everything, none of this stuff is set up for you. You're in the way. Because you're a black man who has not fallen yet.
And that's where the hope is.
Non-conformist.
Right.
You know what Marcus Garvey said? I want everybody to listen very carefully. What men have done, men can do.
Right.
What men have done, men can do. So if that white man built a fortune, if he built an institution, well, then what the fuck are we waiting on?
Hold on. Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's not about what you're waiting on. You're not allowed to build a fortune.
Me. No, you bullshit.
They have stopped you.
Well, I think what Corey, what I think Corey is saying.
When we tear up money, we done tore up ourselves. When we put that kind of shit out there,
so
like
you
that
said
shit
if you
is cool,
tear up a piece of paper, you tore up yourself?
You goddamn right, because that paper either lets you in or sends you out. That's the standard in this country. You can use money to build institutions, or you can use it for idolatry.
Hold on.
You can use it to show how much shit you can fuck up.
Like Zoe said, Gaddafi or whoever was trying to make it where oil and what is it?
Right.
Currency like gold or whatever.
He was having the natural resources of Libya back the currency.
The currency, real currency.
Right.
Let me tell you something what money is in this country. It's what they told you it was. And I know that you don't really want to believe that, but that $100 bill in your hand is valuable because they told you it was. They made it valuable because they have jacked everybody for their shit. And I'm speaking on Caucasian people. Everywhere they have gone, they've taken the natural resources, they've raped, pillaged, all of that. That's why $1 means something, but it's really just a piece of paper they printed. They created it.
Value is perceived. And here's where our homework is. The only reason our shit ain't worth nothing is because we ain't made it worth shit.
Wow, it's your fault.
Well,
it is.
Even
the
bigger.
Blues, I give an example. The blues. You can go over in Europe right now and pay big money for the music we produced that we fucking gave away.
Mm-hmm.
We
gave it away.
We gave away the Negro.
Like you just give away something.
White people did not put no gun to our head and say, "Come over here and play in the National League." We shut that shit down and went over there and they filtered through the black players. They had one on each team, and we shut our shit down. We shut it down.
That's because black people,
because we don't
in
think
America,
we're valuable,
have a price.
No, it ain't just a price. We think we worth zero.
If they came in and said,
we'll move out of a neighborhood.
How much you want for this?
Look at what's happening in L.A. right now. All the black neighborhoods that were around when you first got here is now Latino or Asian or something. Niggas went out there to goddamn Lancaster.
What the fuck is this crazy?
Huh?
Y'all crazy, man.
What are you talking about?
Can I say this, Bobby? Can I say this?
Did nobody
Let me tell you
force us
something.
out there?
Bobby,
We
if a
moved.
little man walked up to you outside and said, "You a punk motherfucker," you gonna slap the shit out his ass. I know you, Bobby. You gonna be like, "Who is he talking to?" And you gonna be ready to beat his ass. But you know what? If a big, gigantic motherfucker walked up to you and said, "You a punk motherfucker," you gonna talk it out with him. Trust me.
I'm gonna talk it out with that little. I'm more afraid of that little motherfucker than I am that
Corey,
big
I think
motherfucker.
everything that is
point.
happening to people, they are being deboned out of their shit.
Right. I think,
Debo,
but
taken, gangster.
No.
I think you bring up a great
What
point.
you got on my 40?
I think you bring up a great point, but listen to this.
They took it when you stopped paying attention in school.
Bobby, listen to this. Listen
I
to
know
this.
that motherfucker.
I think you bring up
that
a great
motherfucker
point.
paid attention in school. Who got arrested in his own house for burglary? Who was a friend of Obama, and Obama had a beer with the little punk ass cop.
Right.
But he didn't do that, brother.
He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He should have told the police how.
But Corey, I think it comes back to this: either you're going to, Tupac said it. Either you're gonna fucking survive on your knees, or you're gonna die on your feet.
And you know what's happening?
No, that was before Tupac.
So can I say this?
McCain.
Hey, Bobby, can I say this?
Somebody in our community, as men, have to draw a line in the sand and say we're gonna die on our feet.
Listen to this example I have. Over there in Iraq, they have a lot of suicide bombers because those people haven't been colonized yet. So they got people, they haven't been colonized yet.
What they've been is worse than that. You give a propaganda to the proper goose, and they'll forget their own identity and go out there and not even ask no fucking question why it was me that had to blow his mother. Why ain't you, you the one told, what's more important about you that you ain't out there getting blowed up than me?
The point I'm trying to make is this.
Kiss my ass.
You hear about a lot of suicide bombers in countries like that.
They've been programmed.
Okay, Bobby, I'm going to let you talk, then I'm going to say something.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No,
I'm just trying to make a point.
Well, we've already been talking all over each other. So.
No, but I'm just trying to make this point. You don't hear about suicide bombers in the U.S. because mentally we've been conquered. Over there, those people are still and have been fighting off Caucasian people trying to take their shit for how long has it been? The last, 50 years?
Yeah.
This
Something
is
like
what's
that.
happening. They're not colonized all the way yet, but they're getting there. And Obama is part of it, their colonization, because he's with it. He's not speaking against it.
Colonization is mental conditioning.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We have been conquered. We've been over here too long, Bobby. That's why we lost. We need to be separated from them so that we can begin to think and act the way we should be thinking and acting.
But now the black woman is the gatekeeper.
Because she's allowed to be the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
She runs to the police, the courthouse, and everybody.
Right.
Because
you know your man better than we do. Sort through them and let the ones through that you think.
She don't have to sort through them. All she got to do is point.
Ooh,
all she got to do is point. And what she said stands over what you said because you're not represented. And we know you're not represented. And even if you are, our friends are sorted out. Which is why Joe Rogan, who is one of the most Caucasian acting white men I've ever met in my life, as I see him on TV, when he got arrested at LAX, when the police just was randomly petting people down, because they do that at the airport. I'm at the airport a lot.
Wow.
The police are just randomly, hey, what are you doing up here, nigger?
Wow.
That's basically what they do. They did it to that dude, Joe Rogan, and because he got friends in high places, they said, oh, we sorry, we put you down, nigga. But I'm talking about the average motherfucker who had to go through that shit. It happens a lot. Wow. You're not in power. You don't have the power to save your people. The only way you're going to save your people is to conquer the enemy.
First you have to conquer the enemy from within. We ain't going to conquer the enemy until we conquer the enemy of ourselves.
Well,
and that's real.
When I saw people out there come together when Obama was elected, I mean, I'm not a fan of that presidency thing. It's not me personally having something against Obama. It's just I know he's powerless. When I saw people come together in Harlem, all around the country, all around the world, and clap, that let me know we're not broken from within. It's just we're worried about gangsters and murderers killing us if we say and do what we need to do.
Well, we just fear. Fear is our personal advisor. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're afraid to die.
Yeah.
Corey.
I agree.
I mean this as a compliment because I have been around you a lot in different situations. And you actually contradict by who you are with what you're saying on this radio. Because I done seen you win against all the motherfucking odds because you are supposed to be somewhere right now doing what you saying with a Kool-Aid stand. Because when you went on the last comic standing and you looked at Ant when it was all on the line, you could be a big star right now if you'd have kissed Ant's ass, but it wasn't in you to do that. When you go home to your household, you run your household.
But a lot of these dudes out here who claim to be real.
You walk these streets like a man. So don't tell me you can't be no man because you are one.
But a lot of these
and
dudes
they ain't
out
got
here,
shit to do with that.
But it's our job because a lot of these dudes out here are willing to kiss ass. Let's just be real.
I get it.
If we could say 75% of women is ratchet and hood and bitch and all of this and that, we got to say 75% of the men are also bullshit pussy ass dudes.
It's higher than that.
That's real.
How high is it, Bobby?
It's about
95%.
95%.
I'm telling you, man. I'm sitting here with this brother here, I just met him, but I got his vibe, man. He'll speak on his. He ain't trying to say what I want him to hear. You don't say what I want you to hear. Zoe don't say what I. Man, how many people do you run into that tell you really how they fucking feel?
Because that's what a gang is. A gang is a bunch of dudes who feel safe with each other.
That's what I was just going to say.
Motherfucker
It's the
can't stand
atmosphere.
on his own.
When you see a motherfucker out there by himself, that's who the fuck he is.
Right.
When you see the streets is surrounding you, that's who the fuck you are. All of this shit about is just like that Caucasian lady at the Avis place when she was bold enough to walk up to two motherfuckers she don't know and say be quiet because I know how her jaw break. I'm sitting there looking at that jaw like this bitch is talking to me. But anyway, man, this is one of them shows.
We want to apologize to the people who were on these lines. We just got hung out tonight. Oh man, Corey, where you at next week, man?
Hey, I'm in Raleigh at Charlie Goodnights this week. Raleigh, North Carolina. Charlie Goodnights. If you're in North Carolina, come on down and say what's up.
Righteous.
Hey, you can get me at Glanton Smith on Twitter, and I'm looking forward to my Grizzlies coming in here and putting something on the Lakers this weekend, man, so I can see my people, man. Oh, it's just going down, man. What's up with you, Zoe?
Hey, you guys can follow me at Zoe Williams. That's Z-O Williams on Twitter. Follow me. I spit out a whole bunch of questions, topics, videos, all that. At Zoe Williams. Follow me, man.
And next week, man, if you please call back, man. We really want to know what you're thinking. And hey, it's been a hot show tonight. Thank you for your attention. What you gonna close with, Corey? You gonna give them something?
No, we're just gonna say we'll get at y'all next week, man. 5150. That's what's up.
At Zoe Williams.
Yo.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. With a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
Check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2. Oh yeah, let it go. Check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2. Oh yeah, let it go. Check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2. Oh yeah, let it go. Check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2 and we check 1 2. Oh yeah, let it go.